Do you notice how kids these days can memorize nonsense lines like tung 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 sahur, ballerina cappuccina, even faster than the alphabet? In fact, some 6-year-olds can list off 20 weird characters from short videos, but they can't read a short paragraph smoothly. So why is something that looks harmless, just a few seconds of flashy video with repetitive sounds, so powerful? And more importantly, what is it doing to the brains of the younger generation? This is what people call brain rot, or simply rotting brain. It's not a normal meme, not a foreign language, and definitely not some hidden game code. It's just these kinds of videos. A ballet dancer whose head is a cappuccino cup spinning around, a 3-legged shark in sneakers jumping while yelling tralalero, or a log that plays the drums while screaming tung 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 sahur. Sounds ridiculous, right? But hundreds of millions of views on short videos show that people are still hooked every single day. Unlike older memes, which usually had satire or some cultural background so viewers could get the joke, brainrot has no meaning at all. The Oxford Dictionary even had to add brainrot to the list of trending words of 2024. The scary part is this: kids' brains are being rewired bit by these meaningless but super flashy and catchy videos. They repeat, they stick, and they carve themselves into memory even stronger than what kids learn at school. So what makes these strange clips slowly destroy the next generation? Let's dive into how brainrot worms its way into the nervous system of young people. Part 1. How does brainrot work? Why can a meaningless, storyless video that lasts just a few seconds make us watch it over and over again? You know it's useless, you know it's a waste of time, but hands keep scrolling, eyes stay glued to those weird images, and the looping sounds feel almost hypnotic. The answer lies in your brain, more specifically in a chemical called dopamine. People like to call it the happiness hormone, but to be exact, it's a neurotransmitter that drives motivation and the feeling of reward. When you score an achievement at school, dopamine gets released to tell your brain, "This is good, do it again." When you push through exhaustion during exercise, dopamine makes you feel excited and full of energy. Even when you listen to your favorite song, dopamine plays a role in that pleasure. In short, dopamine is a natural system that helps us chase joy, stick to goals, and grow as humans. But brainrot worms right into that very system. These videos are carefully designed, short enough that your brain doesn't waste energy, but long enough to trigger a quick dopamine rush. Repetitive sounds and actions overload your brain before it can analyze. And above all, they're packed with bizarre, flashy, nonsense visuals that make your brain, always hungry for novelty, release even more dopamine. The result? Each brainrot video is basically a fake dopamine hit. Unlike the dopamine you get after earning an A through days of study, brainrot dopamine hits fast and hard, but fades instantly. And when it's gone, your brain immediately craves more. That's the loop you can't escape. It's like eating candy, sweet right away. But the more you eat, the more you feel sick of it. And you need something even sweeter or crazier to feel satisfied again. Brainrot works the same way. Each time you watch, you get bored faster. So you need stranger, flashier, loopier content to feel that high again. This is the dopamine tolerance effect. The more you consume, the higher the dose your brain needs to feel the same as before. Every video is like pressing the instant reward button, and when you press it hundreds of times a day, your brain gets rewired to only enjoy quick, shallow, short-term rewards. That's why your kid can memorize 20 random weird characters but can't focus for 10 minutes on a book. Their brain has been trained to crave those fast food dopamine hits instead of real effort. Over time, this shapes a generation that's impatient, easily discouraged, hooked on instant fun, and slowly losing the ability to think deeply. But why are kids even more vulnerable than adults to the wave of brain rot? In the next part, we'll uncover the hidden dangers it has on young, developing brains. Part 2. Why kids are more vulnerable. Adults may watch a few brain rot clips and then move on. But why do kids get sucked in for hours and find it so much harder to break free? The answer lies in their still developing brains. A child's brain isn't fully formed yet. In particular, the prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for focus, self-control, and decision-making, doesn't fully mature until around age 25. This means kids are extremely sensitive to visual and sound stimuli, bright colors, and instant rewards. Their brains can't regulate impulses as well, and since their neural connections are still forming, habits stick more easily. When kids come across brain rot, which is designed to target exactly these weak spots, their brains almost have no defense system. The result? Their ability to focus on long tasks gets worn down. Instead of training themselves to read for 10-15 minutes straight, they get used to 10-second clips and quickly start labeling anything longer as boring. Language and communication skills also take a hit. Kids can effortlessly repeat nonsense like shalalero, tung 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 sahur, ballerina cappuccina, but struggle to remember actual vocabulary in class. Some studies even show that too much exposure to repetitive nonsense videos can slow down language development. Even worse, when these bizarre characters from the clips become imaginary friends, kids start blurring the line between real and fake. They lose interest in outdoor activities or simple family conversations. And because their brains are constantly overstimulated without learning patience, their ability to empathize with others weakens. They become more impatient and emotionally dry. Many parents say their kids even have nightmares of being chased by these weird figures, waking up in the middle of the night in fear. At school, they keep mumbling nonsense phrases, forcing teachers to remind them over and over to stop. Brain rot isn't just silly fun. For children, it quietly eats away at their learning ability, communication, and emotional growth. But there's an even tougher question. It's not just that your child might get hooked on brain rot videos. The real issue is that brain rot isn't random. It feeds an entire massive economy. So who's actually profiting from these brain rot clips? Part 3. The brain rot economy? Ask yourself this: why are these meaningless clips everywhere? Why are kids surrounded by weird sounds and silly images all the time? The answer isn't random. Behind brain rot is a massive economy where algorithms and ads are the real bosses. Every swipe your child makes, every few seconds of nonsense video they watch, is pure gold in data that platforms sell to advertisers. The more kids get hooked, the more money these platforms make. Brain rot is a product built on purpose. Bizarre visuals, endless loops of sound, all crafted to maximize one thing: screen time. But who pays the real price? A generation that loses patience, unable to think deeply. Kids whose attention is stolen, turned into tools for the ad economy. And in the end, a society where the brain, our most valuable asset, gets turned into a dumping ground for junk information. If we don't act, the future may look like this: a generation that can memorize hundreds of random memes, but can't focus long enough to solve humanity's real problems. But there is another way. If we take control of brain rot, if parents, teachers, and each of us start filtering our digital diet, the future could look very different. So what can we actually do? How do we escape the brain rot spiral? In the next part, I'll share a real digital detox roadmap. Practical steps for families and individuals to break free from the grip of these empty videos. Final part: the way out of brain rot. Just like your body needs a healthy diet to stay strong, your brain also needs a healthy digital diet, a digital detox to recover. Here's a simple 3-step digital detox plan. Step 1. Limit, don't ban. The first step isn't cutting everything off completely, but setting limits. Instead of letting kids or yourself sink into endless scrolling, set a time cap: 30-60 minutes a day for short video platforms. Tools like Screen Time on iPhone or Android can help track usage. But don't just set time limits, turn off autoplay. Autoplay is bait for the dopamine loop, keeping the brain hungry for instant rewards. Another trick is switching your screen to grayscale. Without bright colors, your brain feels less excited, making scrolling less addictive. But don't go too hard on total bans. If you forbid kids completely, it usually backfires. Just like banning candy, it makes them crave it more and sneak around to get it. Use this step flexibly, little by little. Step 2. Offline days. Pick one day a week and call it No Device Day. No short videos, no newsfeed, no social media. But it only works if the whole family joins in. Kids can't detox if parents are still glued to their phones. Treat it like a family challenge and make it fun. If kids see No Device Day as boring, they'll hate it. But if it's linked with good memories, cooking together, swimming, board games, they'll actually look forward to it. One family in California tried No Device Sunday for 30 days. At first, the kids hated it, but after 3 weeks, they asked to keep it going because it felt better spending real time together. Step 3. Turn brain rot into brain growth. What if the same mechanism that makes brain rot so gripping could be used to grow instead? It sounds like a paradox, but your brain isn't against you. It's just doing what it's programmed to do. Look for rewards. And if you reprogram the reward, you can flip the negative loop into a positive one. Watching Brainrot makes your brain release dopamine, but so does running for a minute, doing 10 push-ups, or writing one line in a journal. The difference? One leaves you empty, the other makes you grow. We can't rely on willpower all the time. Willpower runs out. The smarter way is to swap temptations with small, valuable actions. Your brain doesn't care if a habit is good or bad. It just picks the one that's repeated the most. Brainrot works because it builds a loop. Watch, dopamine, want to watch again. So why not build loops for self-growth? Small actions, dopamine, motivation, repeat. And remember, the brain hates a void. If you only take Brainrot away without replacing it, kids will fall back into it. Replace it with creative activities like drawing, learning music, building Lego, playing chess. These spark imagination and give natural dopamine. Or swap in micro-learning. Instead of useless 10-second clips, try short videos with real value. A quick vocab tip, a simple science fact. The brain still gets its dopamine hit, but with something meaningful. And finally, try habit stacking. Each time kids reach for the phone, suggest a tiny action first. Water a plant, say a new word, solve a mini puzzle, or clap and count. It replaces the habit while building discipline. Remember, don't just cut things out, add something back. It's like quitting candy without adding fruit. Kids will miss that fun energy and go back to candy. In short, 3 simple steps can help break free from brain rot. Limit screen time, have device-free family days, create positive loops through small actions and learning. If you keep this up, kids won't just cut down on brain rot. They'll build focus, creativity, and stronger social bonds. And never forget, brain rot isn't your fault. It's the way tech is designed to exploit our brains. But starting today, you have a choice. Keep letting brain rot damage the next generation, or protect them with solutions. Your kid's future needs real lessons from books, inspiring stories, and life skills to face the real world. Drop a comment below and share how you help your kids escape the brain rot spiral. Your ideas could help other parents a lot, and it's also a huge support for this channel. And don't stop here. What you're about to discover in the next video might just be the missing piece for your journey.